It's like a plastic casing that you just slide out and look at, and it's just thick ass slabs of wood that the termites have chewed out and basically have made into tunnels, just like ants. And every time I look at that, I just think like, boy, oh boy, if one of those motherfuckers gets loose, or man, if the wrong thing happens, dog, yo ass is gonna be falling through the floor. Could you imagine? Could you imagine a self-inflicted termite infestation? Okay, so NGW Shockwave 38 starts with. Let me get this theme song going. We got to get our theme songs. Starts with Daniel Bryan coming out. And he immediately gets in the ring because we got all this going on. He gets in the ring, crowd's behind him, and he gets a microphone. Waits for once the music cuts, he starts talking. So Daniel Bryan says, "Everyone's been watching Shockwave. Everyone knows what's going on. So I guess that means I owe everyone an answer. And my answer is yes. Yes, I will be in the main event of Anarchy in the UK. Yes, I will beat the Great Muta again. Yes, I will become the new NGW World Champion." And the audience breaks into a yes chant with Daniel Bryan. Once the yes chant cuts down, Bryan continues to speak. And as far as joining Disrespected No More, my answer is hell no. And at this, Disrespected No More comes out. They're without Ted DiBiase. It's Jeff Hardy, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Tyler Bate, and Cedric Alexander. And CM Punk is the one who begins to talk. "Daniel, you can't truly be this stupid, can you? We seriously had your back. You had our support. Who cares about a world title when you can have world titles, plural, Daniel? You haven't changed a bit. You're still that naive fool who wants to try to take on the world by himself. Well, maybe it's time we knock a little sense into you." And Disrespected No More start moving toward the ring. But from the crowd behind Daniel Bryan comes Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, who have chairs in hand. They slide in the ring and they stand at Daniel Bryan's side, just waiting for things to go off. As the Disrespected No More, they're hesitant to get in the ring. They're not sure what to do. But then a video plays on the big screen, and it's Kenny Omega, who's in the back. And he opens Disrespected No More's locker room, and he sees Ted DiBiase is by himself making a deal happen on the phone. Omega immediately assaults Ted, firing some stiff right hands, and then throws him against the wall. As soon as Disrespected No More sees this, they take off toward the back, and we go to our commercial break. When we come back from break, it's Disrespected No More in the locker room, and there's no sign of Kenny, but Ted DiBiase is being checked on by the medical staff. DiBiase is hurting, but he's conscious, and he's pissed off. He announces to Cedric that the deal is completely off for Daniel Bryan. No second chances. Hurt him. Punk once again states that he'll be joining Cedric at ringside, and when Cedric finishes with him, he'll throw in a go to sleep for good measure. Meanwhile, Ted DiBiase declares that the rest of Disrespected No More have got to finish this thing with Razor, HBK, and Kenny for good, and he has just the thing for Kenny. What could that mean? So while that's happening, we go to the ring for our first match of the night. Oh my God, the game crashed. Somebody called the cops. That was not supposed to happen. This game was working perfectly fine until I decided to start playing it again. Man, y'all had me on that damn Ants Canada talk. Why'd you laugh at Ants Canada? Don't be hating. Don't be hating on Ants Canada. Game crashed. I blame you. I blame all of you. Yeah, so you have your overall record, which is your record from 2020. But now that we're in a new year in a game, you have it's a new season. So it's the 2021 season. So everyone's at a fresh blank slate of 0-0 unless you've wrestled since Battlefield Japan. And Jeff Hardy's 1-0. He's still overall 1-6 in singles action. So he's 1-0 this year, but his overall record is still 1-6. Yoicks. What's it like to be Jeff Hardy? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that being Jeff? You're Jeff Hardy. That's your life. He's going to have to win 10 more matches to even have an impressive record. All right, Ruby Riott, Brooklyn Von Braun. Ruby Riott, Brooklyn Von Braun, and Natalya versus Tamina. We're still good on time tonight, so I mean that's good. And we'll always love you. It's like they didn't even bother trying to save my matches. I've got to know what the second attire is for Jungle Boy, man. I am super curious. Why does it? First off, this motherfucker looks awful, but they gave him a second outfit. Okay, we're switching to this. I just have to see what it is. I have to see for myself, man. Curiosity killed the cat, I suppose. I'm gonna give y'all live updates on my ant farm, on my ant colony. Damn, I wish I had a queen, man. I'm just gonna start with some worker ants, but someone fight. Let's get a queen ordered. Wrestling still confuses you. What confuses you about wrestling? How can we alleviate your confusion with pro wrestling? Baron Corbin with a no. He's supposed to have a manager. Baron Corbin's supposed to have MJF. Do it. Make an ant update. Oh my god. That's crazy. No, I'm not doing all that. I need to go back to my sister's place and take a look at how her ants are doing. She won't send me photos. I can't. She dropped the kids off today. I said, "Where are they at?" She said, "Oh, they're back there with grandma." I said, "No, where are the ants at?" She's like, "Oh, I left them at home." I was like, "God damn it." We need the ants, y'all. Terminology and what's happening. What terminology do you need help with? Oh, we got to get CM Punk out here. So this is actually okay that this game crashed. We got to throw Punk. We got to throw the punker out. What is it? A scorcher in Texas? So CM Punk is going to join. Tell me I downloaded CM Punk. I swear I did. I did not download CM Punk. Someone just turn off the internet. All right. Well, CM Punk's going to be in the corner of. He's going to be in the corner of Cedric Alexander. You're just not going to see him. Use your imagination, people. I don't do the work yourself. I can't do it for you. Okay, so we have our first match. We got to get straight to our first match. And how about what we just heard? How about what we just saw? Omega attacking Ted DiBiase while disrespecting Omura tried to come out and take out Daniel Bryan. Luckily, Daniel Bryan had backup with Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. And Omega taking out Ted DiBiase with DiBiase saying that he has just the thing for Kenny. What could that mean? What could that mean? I guess we no idea what's happening, but we have first, before we even talk about that, we have a match coming up between Brooklyn Von Braun, who came up short in her debut, and Ruby Riott. Like Hill face. Hill is a bad guy. Face is a good guy. It's just villain versus hero. Ruby Riott, a tough woman in NGW. We've seen her put together some impressive matches. Still the recipient of last year's Match of the Year with Shayna Baszler. And she's here trying to make a statement this season. We're in that 2021 season. Ruby Riott has yet to have a singles match since the season started. She's looking to start well on the right foot. By the way, I'm just gonna say it, and you know I usually don't say stuff like this. I don't call people out, but man, I'm so fucking glad Walkman's gone. We should have a celebration just for that.
It's the MMA juggernaut, Brooklyn Braun.
I had to turn off my camera. Speaking of spiders, I thought there was a spider on my desk. And there's Brooklyn Von Braun. I said it before. Dude, look at that booty, man. That shit just sticks all the way out. They spent more time trying to put together a wrestler that, okay, no, that ass is unrealistic. It looks like she has eggs in the back of her pants and it makes her ass stick out. There's nothing that they spent, whoever designed Brooklyn Von Braun spent a lot of time making sure her cheeks were as thick as possible. I don't understand that. They should have spent time working on some actual wrestlers in this game. Some real wrestlers. That's all you need. That was more than enough.
Ruby Riott's no-nonsense, all-disruption approach to the world also translates to her approach in the ring.
Tilt-a-whirl from Ruby Riott, DDT. I don't know why they made her ass look like that. It's like, it's long. Look at it. This girl's never missed a squat day in her life. Whoever designed this, I don't think has ever seen an ass. I mean that. You know, I'm going to spend this whole match talking about her. Just. What is this ass? Ruby Riott in control. It's almost like she stuffed tissue in her ass, not eggs. Look at that thing. That's not natural. So whoever designed Brooklyn Von Braun, they really need to just look at physiology, some kind of book on the human body. They just need a book on how the human body works, because it's not natural for her. It's literally like this. Her ass is like this. So this is at the beginning of her ass. And then right in the center of her ass, it just goes like this. And then it curves back in and then goes down to her thigh. It's like, how is you can't be comfortable wearing pants. How do you put on underwear? It's like part of your ass. It's like you got two asses. She has an ass on an ass. Look at that thing. Ruby Riott off the top rope. Brooklyn Von Braun, the ass man. Back suplex off the top. That did as much damage to Ruby Riott as it did Brooklyn Von Braun. Brooklyn Von Braun defies biology. She defies human physiology. No, I'm not thirsty. It's a poorly designed model. There's nothing attractive about that. This is just someone, in my opinion, who's probably never really stared at a human body before. And they were like, well, how do we design? Let's design Brooklyn Von Braun. This girl is just like, looks weird. Why would you pick this wrestler as your interactive universe wrestler? That does not make any sense to me. Drop kick from Ruby Riott. There's just it's like she went to Denny's and got some Grand Slams and just dropped them in the back of her pants. Two big ass boulders back there. Two turtle shells. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in a hot down. Turtle power. Outside the ring, these two women are brawling. Brooklyn Von Braun being thrown. They call her Thick Mama Pump. Part of Team Pog is Brooklyn Von Braun. Kick block. Von Braun puts the elbow to the knee. Tries for a spear. Ruby Riott jumps right over it. Had that scouted, did Ruby Riott. There's a chop from Ruby. Ruby with the right hand. Ruby throws Brooklyn Von Braun back into the ring. Ruby looks to the crowd and says, you know what? I'm going to join you in the ring myself. Ruby Riott asked me about my ant farm collection, and I was very excited to talk to her about it, but then she said no one cares and walked off. So you know what? I hope she loses this match to Brooklyn Von Braun now.
It's because of Ruby Riott's fantastic qualities that the Riott
Yeah, it's like she just bought yoga pants that were almost too tight. So tight, in fact, that they've turned her thighs. They've turned her upper thighs into additional ass area. And that's why her ass looks like, but it still doesn't explain why her ass pokes out. She has an outward ass. You know how like you have an outie or an innie belly? She has an outie ass cheek. Hate to see you if she had an innie. Look, she's outside just huffing and puffing. Needs to get back in the ring.
Ruby Riott turns it around. Ruby
Drop kick to the back. Ruby Riott just dropping Brooklyn Von Braun to the floor.
actually.
Kick to the midsection from Ruby Riott. Yoshi Tonic on the outside. That shit just doesn't make sense. I'm actually not going to let anyone use Brooklyn Von Braun after this. She's going back to... You can't use her. You're going to have to find another women's wrestler. She's just not designed correctly. This is the worst design that they have in this game, and they have some awful designs. Really, whoever was responsible for designing Trent Seven in this game, they really don't need to be anywhere near these games anymore. Trent Seven... If I was Trent Seven and I bought this game and I went to play my character, I would I'd figure out a way to hack the game and delete the model off the game. How embarrassing. It's just like, dude, people even, the people that design these games, do they even know who they're designing? Jesus Christ, man. It's just, he looks generic as fuck, man. He looks nut. It looks like, okay, so you know how Jungle Boy looks in this game? So Jungle Boy is like, I can kind of excuse Jungle Boy because Jungle Boy is a creator wrestler. Because Jungle Boy doesn't work for WWE. So someone made Jungle Boy and they got as close as they could to him, right? Jungle Boy looks better than than Trent Seven. And Trent Seven's actually a wrestler that was designed in this game by professional developers. There are literal CAWs made by people who bought this game for $60 that look a million times better than Trent Seven, the guy that was designed by people who were paid to make this fucking game. She just dropped her with that power driver, crushing the eggshells in her butt cheeks in the process, sitting right on them. 2 count from Ruby. Ruby Riott kicks out at 2. Dude, even Trent Seven said something about it on Twitter. Even he roasted his own wrestler. That's just, man, oh man. Don't even get me started. Let me see if I can find an image of this boy. Okay. We're going to get some images in the game real quick. we going to turn it up. Let me throw some images on the screen. Y'all want to see Trent Seven? This is what Trent Seven actually looks like. Is it this one? Where did I save that? There he is. So this is what Trent Seven looks like in real life, right? This is what he looks like in real life. I'm gonna move this over here because we're done. I think I'm done talking about this game. This is what the motherfucker looks like in the game. He looks like someone made this guy. Is what he looks like. There's really nothing else to say about it. So that's the actual Trent Seven. What's up? I am too dumb for you. So this is what Trent Seven looks like in real life. And this is what Trent Seven looks like in the game. He looks like the most generic motherfucker you can ever see. Ruby Riott with the big victory over Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn Von Braun's done in NGW. Do these two characters look anything alike? What the fuck is this? I bet you I could have made a better Trent Seven and I would have paid you to do it. Look at this shit. They don't look anything alike. Shit's aggravating. They have the nerves to put this motherfucker in the game looking like that. What's up, Cyberwolf? Jesus. Just shame. Man, shame on 2K. Seriously. Oops, I guess I almost did something wrong. That's it. I'm too dumb for you. You missed it. We were roasting wrestlers. He does. Look. I don't know what he looks like. He don't look like Trent Seven. It does. It looks like a CAW. Yeah, the Acolytes match happened on the first Shockwave. They actually lost. I was surprised because I was really hoping, I was angling for them to win. Okay, so after the match, we go backstage where Kaylee Ray, Kaylee Ray has put the NGW Women's Division on notice with her impressive debut against the legendary Manami Toyota. She admits that she's a little upset that they're going to her stomping grounds, aka Anarchy in the UK, and didn't so much as think about offering her an invite. So she says, "Sounds like I'll have to crash the party. See you at Anarchy in the UK." Camera cuts to the back where we see Kenny Omega being escorted out of the arena in handcuffs. One of the police officers states that Kenny Omega has been arrested due to assault and battery, and that Ted DiBiase has decided to press charges. And that takes us to our next match. Tamina versus Natalya. Yeah, but Liv Morgan and Mia Yim did win their second chance match over Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm. So at the next pay-per-view, Anarchy in the UK, Raquel Gonzalez and Britt Baker defend those women tag titles against Mia Yim and Liv Morgan. So you got that. You got that. Mr. Key is not on fire. Will you join me on commentary here in a little bit? I'm going to need you on commentary in a couple of matches. Natalya coming out to the ring. I talked to Natalya about my ant farm earlier tonight too, and she didn't seem interested either. I guess no one likes ant farms in NGW. No one likes ant farms in NGW. That's fine with me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are CAWs in this game that I've seen on community creations that look 100 times better than that Trent 7. Designed by professionals, by the way. Candice LeRae looks awful too, by the way. Candice LeRae looks like a young, old Hillary Clinton, if that makes sense. It's almost like Hillary Clinton tried to go back in time, but got stuck, and something happened. Like some weird, unexplainable science fiction phenomena happened, where she almost got transformed to her youthful looks, but she didn't. So it's like she's a mix of both young and old. Either way, it looks nothing like Candice LeRae.
Here comes trouble, and her name is Tamina.
Tamina looks like business tonight. Wasting no time getting in the ring. The Raven CAW from 2K. Oh, dude, the new Damian Priest. So if you have WWE 2K20 on PS4, PS5, and I think maybe Xbox. If you have WWE 2K20 on Xbox, go look up Damian Priest. A guy just made a Damian Priest. It's really good. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta go to the WWE 2K20 Reddit. That's where I saw it. Bump, 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 bump. I'm gonna show you this image of Damian Priest that someone made, and I think this is like, to me, this is the best model in the game, bar none.
It's an impressive pedigree, but it might just be too much for Natalya to attempt to shoulder with every trip to the ring. Maybe she should just focus on herself for once.
Let's see what I can find. Yeah, here it is. Okay, dude, peep this Damian Priest real quick. Only on Xbox. Peep this shit. This shit looks so good, Key.
And again, yet another counter. Power slam.
Does that not look better than any wrestler in the game? That looks like actual Damian Priest. The hair and everything's accurate as fuck. The tattoos look good. The hair looks great. Like, that's a great looking CAW. And I don't have this game on Xbox to download them, so I'm sad. Tamina goes back in after tossing Natalya. What is the referee doing? Trying to prevent Tamina from going back outside. I don't know if that's really the referee's place. It's not like anything illegal's happening. Just Tamina wants to go back on the attack, not realizing Natalya's in there. These two are the women's tag champions in real life, by the way. Forgot all about that. A nice small package roll up from Tamina. She actually won with that small package. Are you kidding me? She won and then rode from one side of the ring all the way to the other just to escape. What a win from Tamina tonight. Yeah, we're getting rid of Brooklyn Von Braun. He's gonna have to pick someone else. Her ass looks like trash. Literally, I bet you it's knowing WWE, knowing the guys who worked on this game. Wait, what's Natalya doing here? She goes after Tamina and just fires a right hand. They're brawling. Natalya throwing Tamina back into the ring. What is going on? And there's a fight. I've never seen this before. We're gonna go with it. There is a brawl breaking out now. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting Biomutant either. I'm good on that. It doesn't look good. It looks okay. But it almost seems like this, it seems like a similar complaint that I had Resident Evil, and that it just seems like a dated game. I have yet to watch a single Resident Evil Village stream that convinced me I should buy it. If I buy it, it will be when it hits $20. I don't know what's going on here, but we're going with it. That was one of the things I heard. I heard that it felt a little dated and it got repetitive very quick. So I'll pass. I'll buy Chivalry 2 when that comes out on PC or Xbox or PS4, who gives a shit, but I won't be buying Biomutant. Basically, the next games I'm waiting for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I'm waiting for Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, Warhammer 40k Dark Tide, and Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood got pushed back to October. Dungeons & Dragons is going to be on Xbox Game Pass day one, so I don't have to buy that. I have a feeling Dark Tide's probably going to be on Game Pass as well, so I won't have to worry about that. So really, I'm just waiting for... She was big mad. She was big mad. Really, I'm just waiting for Shredder's Revenge. Here we go, my favorite. Join me in saving NGW. Together, we can build a better wrestling company. Yes, we can. This isn't the wrestling I grew up with. This isn't the wrestling you grew up with. Together, we reclaim it. Together, we can restore it to its former glory. Together, we can make next generation wrestling great again. I'm John Bradshaw Layfield, and I approve this message. And then we go to a commercial break. When we come back from break, it's Disrespected No More celebrating in the back. Ted DiBiase says, that's one down. That idiot, that stupid moron, Kenny Omega attacked me and he thought he'd get away with it. And Cedric says, you smart son of a bitch. You deserve an award. That performance, that acting, impressive. Talk about Oscars. And Ted says, the makeup, the arm sling, the cops bought the whole thing. And now we can kiss that fool Omega goodbye. But we still have a couple of problems to address. One, Razor and Michaels. And McIntyre steps in. Don't worry about those two. Bate and I will finish this with them for good. And Cedric chimes in, and Daniel Bryan is done for. Tonight, Punk and I are going to make that bastard regret ever turning our offer down. And DiBiase finalizes, and thanks to Seattle's finest, we don't even have to worry about defending that television championship at Anarchy in the UK. Like I told you guys from the very beginning, we'll always be 2 steps ahead of everyone else. And that takes us to our next match, which is Jungle Boy versus Fenix in a Zero Gravity match. Natalya got super mad about that roll-up. Damn. She went nutso, did she not? And the ruse is on from Disrespect No More. Ted DiBiase really hamming up that attack to Kenny Omega. It allowed the cops. The cops were able to... The cops arrested Omega. Omega left the building in handcuffs. And DiBiase said he will press charges. Just this faction is despicable. There's no other way to put it. And how about JBL says he's running a campaign to make next generation wrestling great again. Oh my God, he has his hair in a... Honestly, this version of Jungle Boy looks a million times better. Making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California. I actually might start using this Jungle Boy.
157 pounds, Young
And they pronounce. I like how they pronounce his name, Young L Boy. I like it.
Byron, what can you tell us about these two competitors? Well, I can say that both of these superstars.
Jungle Boy has the hair tied back. Hey, Smoking Tires, thank you for the host, my friend.
Because I got away with their arm raised in victory.
Damn.
Perseverance is concerned.
I died. Boy, oh boy. Girl, get yourself some. What? I know you're getting some play in New York. Hey, you know what? Next time you talk to someone, just tell them you know somebody who has an ant colony. That's always a conversation starter. Tell them, yeah, my friend bad guy Maddox, he has ants. And then I'll just flip my chair. I'll be in my chair like this. Somebody say ant colony. Fenix coming out here sends Kofi and Pentagon. He's going to get this done singles. Jungle Boy versus Fenix. Fenix's first ever match in the Zero Gravity division. And you know Fenix, he's going to thrive in Zero Gravity rules. It's almost like this division was tailor-made. Wait, is the ponytail gone? The ponytail's only a ponytail during the entrance? Are you kidding me? Womp womp. He looked great in the entrance. That's a big Whompers. That's a big womp womp. Rey Fenix, Jungle Boy, 20-minute time limit in this Zero Gravity match. And look at them just both jumping at each other, missing. Stalemate to begin. Irish whip. And he just picks him up. Oh, he's got that driver. Look like my next in the entrance. Throwing Jungle Boy out of the ring does Fenix, and Fenix right behind him. Like we said, this is Zero Gravity division tailor-made for Rey Fenix. Fenix instead choosing to throw Jungle Boy into the ring. Tries for a kick. Jungle Boy rolls out. Jungle Boy snap suplex. And how about Jungle Boy? Jungle Boy's always been a perennial guy, a perennial top contender in NGW. He had that world title match a couple of months ago, came up short. But you can never count Jungle Boy out. And now he's on the middle rope, driving some punches. And the crowd counting along. And he just drops 10 punches to the head. And Fenix just hits the floor immediately, hits that ring just face first. Just got his bell rung from those punches. Kick out from Fenix. Jungle Boy runs his hands through his hair. Dude, you should have heard Nacho Mac roast Jungle Boy yesterday. She roasted the CAW. Said, man, what a kick. I saw something about Buff Bagwell, man. I'm more interested in what's going on with what's this Will Ospreay situation about. Because Fumi Saito made it seem like Ospreay, because Ospreay's out with a neck injury, and he had to vacate the New Japan title. But then Saito almost tried to present it as there's more to it than just the injury. But I've not been able to find anything other than what I've listened to. Jungle Boy with the missile drop kick. Fenix catches it. Ospreay had a neck injury, so he's out. So right now, New Japan's in kind of a really weird situation because Japan has some of the lowest vaccinated. I think only 2% of Japan's vaccinated, and they started the pandemic pretty good. Low cases. As a matter of fact, they were one of the first countries that were bringing people back into venues and stuff because the cases were significantly low. But then it just exploded. Like, I believe yesterday they had 6,000 cases. And so right now, a lot of guys in New Japan are out with COVID. I think there's about 12 wrestlers that have it. I know Okada was Okada one? I don't know. I think Okada, Jay White, there were a few other guys who have COVID. And then you have Ibushi got injured. So they were going. They had to cancel. They had. My God, there's so much to talk about. I'm forgetting stuff, and then stuff is coming back to me as I talk about it. So they were supposed to do a Tokyo Dome show. I want to say this month or either this month or coming soon. I don't remember. They had to cancel that show. And I want to say that Kota Ibushi versus Will Ospreay was supposed to be the headlining match of that show. Well, Kota got injured, so they had to hotshot the title change. So they had Ospreay beat Ibushi a little bit earlier than they were planning so that they could get the title off Ibushi and let Ibushi rehab. And then Ospreay got injured, so he had to vacate the title. Pretty much all of New Japan's top guys are banged up. Naito's banged up. Tanahashi's banged up. Okada's out with COVID. Jay White's out with COVID. So there's not really been any kind of formal announcement from New Japan on what they're going to do about the World Heavyweight title. And their foreign talent, from what I know and from what I've listened to and from what I've read, they're kind of pissed about the way COVID is being handled in Japan and the way New Japan is handling it. Like, guys are getting sick. You can't, like, they want, so I think Ospreay got into it with New Japan because they wanted Ospreay to rehab his neck in Japan, and Ospreay wanted to go back home. And I think that also had a lot to do with it as well. But that's why you're seeing that. I mean, there's a reason. I think there's a reason why you're seeing a lot of New Japan guys work in Impact and AEW. Because they're not getting the work in New Japan, and they're also just super dissatisfied. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what New Japan does, because right now New Japan, it's not looking good. That has to be the match. No, Jungle Boy kicks out. That driver on the outside of the ring, Jungle Boy somehow kicking out at 2. Who's open? How long you staying on for? Mr. Gravity King, this is the last show of the night. But your roster is right. You can look at all the list of people who are available right there. Jungle Boy just being thrown into the steel steps again. I guess if they're really going to give the title to anyone in New Japan, I feel like it should be Shingo Takagi right now. He's hot enough, but man, I don't know. I don't know. It's just not been a good year for New Japan. They're struggling. They can't get a win. They can't get a win. Fenix now oh, please don't go up the ramp, guys. Come on. Did we not learn the last time? Now Fenix in the ring. Can you be Finn? Finn's taken. I don't know if you need to look at that list, because Finn's definitely taken. He shouldn't be on the free list at all. And yes, he is. I'm deleting him. Finn is off the available list. Bailey should not be on here either. Bailey is off the list. You just made the list. Mr. Gravity King has joined the Bad Guy Club. As a newest member of the club, you receive a pair of sunglasses, a switchblade, and a leather jacket. Thank you for joining the Baddest Club on Twitch TV. And remember to stay bad, because being bad is fun. Spinning kick to the body. Arm drag from Jungle Boy. And Jungle Boy double arm, Tiger Driver outside.
You can't take much more of this. He can't recover from a beating like this.
And now Phoenix, though, tossing Jungle Boy back into the ring. You know the referee's got to like this. Referee, if I'm the referee, I wouldn't like being outside following these two around as they just beat on each other. There's a poison Rana from Jungle Boy. Just plants Phoenix. No, not that I'm aware of. I don't know anything like that. And there's a destroyer from Jungle Boy. And that might be it. See, this one, every time Jungle Boy just puts a good win together. Yep, he got it. Damn, Jungle Boy coming in strong.
Now let's take a look back at some of the great action.
Big win for Jungle Boy tonight. And you know he's back. You know he's eyeing some titles. He's eyeing a title. So, After that match, we go to a commercial break. When we come back from commercial break, how do I see free show? How do I see free? Just shows there's tabs at the bottom. You need to click those tabs. You'll see men taking male wrestlers, women taking female wrestlers, and there's 2 extra sheets. I don't know what they are. So when we come back from break, we have Mr. Key. If you would join me on commentary, we're going to have you on commentary. You're going to be at ringside in this game, but I'm really going to have you on commentary if you're in the stream. And you're going to join me on commentary as you watch Baron Corbin, your bodyguard, take on Bobby Lashley. And here I'm at the broadcast table with MJF. MJF has his eyes set on Bobby Lashley's Battlefield briefcase. And there he is. MJF, how did this association with you and Baron Corbin begin? How did this start? And Corbin's all business tonight. I've never understood why this motherfucker wrestles with dress pants and a dress shirt on. And it looks like he's even wearing a vest. Like, come on, man. Why? I really like Baron Corbin as the Lone Wolf. I thought that was a pretty cool gimmick. I also liked his theme song back then. I don't know what he's doing now because I don't watch, but when he was the Constable of Raw, oh my God, talk about wanting to just go to sleep for the rest of my life. Talk about just not wanting to see that. And Corbin looking to do work, looking to step up for his man MJF. Said he's gonna, from what I heard, said he was gonna hurt. Said he was gonna hurt. He's King Corbin now. You'll be Sting? Yeah, you can have Sting for sure. Sting's good. You can also take a female wrestler if you want. I would highly recommend, I know a lot of people say that they don't want 2 wrestlers. I would highly recommend doing it just because if your male wrestler doesn't get used on a show, you at least have another wrestler that you could possibly get booked. We both want to be, and tonight Corbin has a chance to beat Bobby Lashley. You know what? Let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase, NJF. I'm not gonna have you out here, not being direct. Let's be honest. The one reason why you want this match to happen is you're hoping Baron Corbin makes Bobby Lashley easy pickings for you in Anarchy in the UK. Let's be honest. The only time you can switch is at the end of the season, but I can tell you right now that Balor and Jeff Hardy are chat regulars. So I don't see them freeing those characters up anytime soon. And Lashley not bringing that briefcase out because he doesn't trust you. He doesn't trust you, Max. I'm talking to you. You could just as easily leave this table and grab that briefcase and leave. Big words from MJF. You'd beat him either way. Yeah, that's why you had to hit him over the head with that briefcase. Brie Bella? Okay. I'm going to take you to task. I'm going to take you to task for all the things you've done to that man. And I'm telling you right now, MJF, at Anarchy in the UK, you're going to have to deal with him. But man, right now, Baron Corbin, look, Corbin just does not look good with this outfit. Who the hell goes in the ring with a dress shirt, untucks it, dress pants, and some work boots? Gutbuster from Bobby Lashley. And now Lashley goes for the pin. And look at Lashley. MJF, he's sending a message to you. Look at him. Look how he's just taking control of Baron Corbin. Streaming schedules Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Tuesdays and Thursdays are pro wrestling. Sundays MMA. I will not be streaming this Sunday because it's Double or Nothing weekend. And I am looking very forward to watching that. Should be a good show. I'll have plenty of beer.
Needs to make sure he understands what really matters. Falcon arrow.
And look at Corbin. Corbin with that kick to the midsection, just completely going to work to Lashley. I don't know if, and that right hand that he just strikes him with after the slam, I don't know if I'm going to call Bobby Lashley a coward. If anything, MJF, it sounds like you're the coward. You lost that battle royal. You got thrown over the top rope. You accused Bobby Lashley of owing you why does he owe you a match? Answer that for me. Yes, I do interactive UFCs on Sundays. And Corbin picks Lashley up, choking Lashley. Lashley just gets out of it. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Lashley just on top of Baron Corbin. What's going on, Jamal? Also, what's up, Shane619? I'm sorry I didn't say anything to you. I'm looking for a double or nothing too, man. I just don't understand why we had to have a War Games match and a Stadium Stampede. I'm very frustrated. I'm low-key frustrated about that. What? That's fire. I wanted the UFC. Well, yeah, join the Discord. Because I don't, I'll send you the roster after the stream. Because I don't really do the interactive UFC stuff on Pro Wrestling Nights. And there's a right hand from Baron Corbin. You say it's your destiny, MJF. You say winning that briefcase is your destiny. But it looks like Baron Corbin's doing the dirty work for you as we speak. And Corbin just dropping clubbing blows on Lashley. And he's got him by the throat, chokes Leno right on the knee. Corbin looking very impressive tonight. You sent him out there for a mission, and he's done it. He's done just that. Yeah, this is the Discord. Irish whip from Baron Corbin, just lifting Bobby Lashley to the air, catches him. The strength of Corbin, my goodness. And there's the end of days. Lashley's out. No, Lashley's back to his feet. That's what you're going to have to worry about, MJF. But he runs into a clothesline. Lashley's just tough. He's built different. Lashley with a punch to the midsection. And Corbin paying it no mind. Knee to the gut. Lifts Bobby Lashley up. Lashley with a knee to the top of the head, though, and he just takes out Corbin. And we got a pin from Lashley. Only getting a 1 count. Lashley picks up, lifting Baron Corbin, and a beautiful power slam. And Lashley goes for another pin. Baron Corbin shoulders up at the 1. Corbin is tough. Lashley, I don't think Lashley was expecting this kind of competition from Baron Corbin. And MJF, you say that's because your time is at the pay-per-view. What a spear! He just lifted Baron Corbin in the air and hit him with the spear. What if he does that to you, MJF? How many fight? You get one. It's one man, one woman. But like I said, I'm not really going to talk about I don't talk about MMA during the pro wrestling streams and vice versa. I'm going to keep it focused on NGW. Corbin just throwing Lashley to the mat. And a power bomb, just dropping Lashley. The strength of Corbin. Nope, Lashley fights off. Corbin just looking great tonight, MJF. I'm going to hand it to you. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. You have picked an elite man. You've picked an elite wrestler to serve as your guard, to serve as your charge. And Corbin just going to work on Bobby Lashley. And he's got that chokeslam gripped, and there it is, right on the knee. Lashley's back just being tenderized by Corbin. And Lashley still kicking out. Corbin cannot believe it. And look at him. This MJF, I see you're all smiles over there at what you're seeing. Yeah, just message me on Discord. I'll read it later. Wait a minute. No, Lashley now in control. A stalling suplex. Look at the strength from Lashley just walking around with Corbin in the air, stacked high, and they go straight to the canvas. That took a lot out of Corbin. And Lashley sees it. He goes for the pin. MJF, this could be your fate at Anarchy in the UK. 2 count.
Corbin is tough, but I do not know how he is staying alive in this one. What does Lashley have in store?
Oh my God, he just planted Corbin.
And the odds just swung in Bobby Lashley's favor.
Well, I think it spoke too soon, MJF. It looks like Lashley just picked up a big win going into Anarchy in the UK, and you're next. I wish you luck because you're certainly going to need it, buddy. That Battlefield briefcase winner. Okay, so after the match, MJF tries to go in the ring and get a one-up on Bobby Lashley by attacking him from behind. Lashley turns around, sees it coming, and when MJF runs at him, Lashley just grabs him by the head and throws him over the top rope, and MJF just collapses to the floor. Corbin helps him up, and they both get up and retreat up the ramp. And that takes us to our main event. It's Daniel Bryan versus Cedric Alexander. Do we have any members of Disrespected No More in the chat?
You know it.
The main event of the night. Bryan versus Cedric Alexander.
It's the planet's champion.
The challenger. The challenger for the NGW World Championship at Anarchy in the UK, Daniel Bryan, is going to go one-on-one with Cedric Alexander in our final match of the night. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, this is not going to be one to miss. Cedric Alexander of Disrespected No More. He's going to have CM Punk in his corner.
An incredibly inspiring movement.
And I still can't believe Punk joined with those scoundrels.
Because the new Daniel Bryan killed it. The new Daniel Bryan's a winner.
Bryan looking confident. Bryan came up short against Johnny Gargano in a fantastic submissions-only zero-gravity match. He came back to talk about his future. Talk about his future in NGW. And he said he wasn't going anywhere, and that prompted Ted DiBiase to come out, and he laid out a challenge for the Great Muta. The Great Muta looking to recruit Daniel Bryan. Bryan beat the Great Muta. Beat him by submission and earned himself a title match at Anarchy in the UK. We're going overseas for our next pay-per-view. We will be in London. We'll be wrestling in London. Our second time going overseas in NGW. I'm very excited. I've never been. But here he comes, the television champion, and there's Punk in the back. So I don't have a Punk CAW, so we're going to have to pretend that CM Punk is back there. And Cedric, it was announced that Cedric Alexander already has an opponent on tap for Anarchy in the UK. That opponent has not been announced. I agree with Ted DiBiase. I'm going to have to give him credit as well. Ted DiBiase suspects that Kenny Omega is Cedric Alexander's opponent at Anarchy in the UK. That's who I would think it would be. Omega has a pinfall victory over Cedric Alexander. He pinned him in that six-man street fight, but Omega was just escorted out of the building in handcuffs for assaulting Ted DiBiase. So that they foiled. I guess they again, they're 2 steps ahead of NGW, foiling Kenny Omega's his potential to be a challenger. So now I guess we're back at square one and trying to figure out who will be challenging Cedric Alexander at Anarchy in the UK. And this is really just this right now is just an attempt for Cedric Alexander to soften up Daniel Bryan. Look at CM Punk on the outside. Punk on the outside just giving Cedric Alexander props for that takedown. And they grapple again, breaking away this time. And look, Cedric is just on top of Daniel Bryan in this match. Dodges the clothesline, eats a kick to the midsection, and he fires back with a punch to the ribs. And there's a half-and-half suplex from Cedric. He gets all of it. Cedric has, I got to give credit where credit's due. I try to do that all the time in NGW. I'm not a fan of disrespecting no more as a unit, but as an individual performer, Cedric Alexander, he's had the most defenses from all the television champions. He is the, fourth television champion, fifth? I think there's been 4. It started with Orange Cassidy, went to Okada, went to Razor, went to Cedric. So yes, he is the 4th. Cedric, the 4th television champion. 2 defenses in. He defended against Triple H and has a defense against Pentagon Jr. And this is a non-title affair. The world title challenger Daniel Bryan against the television champion Cedric Alexander. Bryan placing Cedric Alexander on that top rope. Daniel Bryan, top rope Hurricane Rana, gets all of it. Bryan missing a stomp. Bryan going to work on that leg, that dragon screw. We've seen Bryan submit multiple opponents with that heel hook. Can he get it on Cedric Alexander tonight? You got to think, if he gets that heel hook locked in, what a roundhouse kick. But if he gets that heel hook locked in away from the ropes, there's not going to be anything Cedric can do. Cedric just might have to tap. But Cedric with a sunset flip. No, a roll through from Bryan. Bryan reverses it. And you got to keep your eyes on Punk outside of the ring. Punk's going to look to get involved in this match. And there's a crossface. There it is, LeBell lock. So that time Cedric gets the foot on the rope, breaks the submission up. And look at Bryan going to work, attacking Cedric's back, placing Cedric on the ropes. What does Daniel Bryan have planned here? He throws Cedric to the outside. I think we're going to have a flying Daniel Bryan. Air Bryan is about to go into full effect, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Bryan, he sees it. He hits the ropes. Diving through the middle and catches Cedric. Cedric just hitting the guardrail. My Lord, what a match. And it just started. And now Bryan just throws Cedric into the steel steps. There's Punk. Look at Punk in the background looking on. Daniel Bryan's going to have to keep his eyes on CM Punk tonight. Really, he's going to have to keep his eyes peeled for everyone in Disrespected No More. They could be everywhere. They could be anywhere. But you know, with Shawn and Razor, what's happening? Oh, I'll tell you what's happening. A dodge. A punch that's dodged. You know, with Shawn and Razor. You know, Shawn and Razor back there with those, waiting to see what Disrespected No More does. It's a stalemate in the locker room. Everyone's on edge because there's a big war between these two contingents. On one side, you have Shawn Michaels. You have Razor Ramon. You have Kenny Omega. You now have Daniel Bryan. On the other, you have Disrespected No More. And something's going to have to give between these two teams. I've never seen anything. The only thing that has been similar to this in NGW history was the Triple Threat and Shield. And we saw how that ended. It ended with a fight without honor or humanity, a battle without honor and humanity. 6 men stuck in that cage. And I hope that things just don't boil over to that point. That match was bloody. It was destructive. Men did not leave that cage the same. We've not seen any of the members of Triple Threat since that match. There's a form from Daniel Bryan that just floors Cedric. And now Bryan with the stomp. Bryan's got the lock. Bryan's got the LeBell lock. The yes lock in the center of the ring. Cedric trying to crawl to the ropes. Cedric could tap. We could be looking at it. Cedric taps. Okay, so here is what happens. Kenny, yeah, that's right. Kenny was arrested. So what happens is Cedric, in the middle of the match, Cedric tries going for a chair. And he gets in the ring with the chair, and CM Punk grabs the chair. And Cedric has no idea what's going on. Punk's on the apron. He throws the chair outside of the ring. And when Cedric turns around, he runs into the yes lock from Daniel Bryan. He has no choice to tap. Bryan celebrates the victory. And then Punk gets in the ring, and he picks up a microphone. And he reveals that Disrespected No More were never really 2 steps ahead, because Cedric Alexander's opponent isn't Kenny Omega at Anarchy in the UK. Punk then hits Cedric with a roundhouse kick and then picks up Cedric, puts him on his shoulders, and drops him with the go to sleep. And then Punk announces that Cedric Alexander's opponent is actually him. So, at Anarchy in the UK, it's going to be CM Punk challenging Cedric Alexander for the television title. And the show ends with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk celebrating. CM Punk just pulled a ruse, pulled one over on Disrespected No More. Was never really a member of Disrespected No More. Just wanted to play some games with Cedric Alexander and the team. And he will be challenging Cedric Alexander at Anarchy in the UK for that television championship. Yes, I did trick you. It was all part. I needed to sell that so I could get that angle going. So that is the end of this episode of Shockwave. Punk and Bryan celebrate in the ring. Cedric Alexander's out cold, and there you have it.